Hey everybody, it's Mark, Colorado Sasquatch Research. It is September 1st, Labor Day, and I'm getting vocalizations. They could be hikers, birds, and that. Anyways, I'm in an area. I'm going to show you something here on this structure that I found. This structure, people are going to say, well, you know, that could be human. But I found an area, a gathering area, I believe. And I'm going to show you why. Well, first you have this teepee type structure where these logs, you can see the bigger ones that were used in this were brought here from somewhere to make, you know, a teepee structure. So this ties in with the other structure I showed last week. It's just, I don't know, maybe a quarter of a mile to the west of me or to the south of me. And so it's, you know, it's all connected, and the reason I'm going to show why this isn't human, why I've been hanging out here in the morning, this actually is an area I would even camp, because I'll give you a 360. It is very secluded, little open area like this. Most of it you can see is very thick brush, but you find these little openings, and I saw this from a distance. I've never heard a bird like that. That was weird. Anyways, kind of like a chirp. Anyways, so I started looking around, you know, again as usual. I've got 3 or 4 major markings here in this area. This is a gathering spot. So if we use this as a template as the center, like a center, okay? The first thing I do is I look right, okay? So they have bent these branches over here, as you can see. This huge log, which also doesn't belong here, has come down, come into here, and for whatever reason, I don't believe nature just does that. Okay, so you've got 2. Then if you look directly behind it, you have another nest, 2 trees that were brought down recently. These do have the root ball here, but they were designed, and I've shown this before, this type of nesting, where they'll take 2 trees, knock them down with the greens, and what it does, and make an X with them, see? So you've got one here, here's this root ball, and then back here's the other log. It creates a blind nest, and that's what it is. It's still green, so you could see all the evergreen boughs or the boughs off the pine trees are still fresh. So you have 2 trees that were brought down directly behind it to form this. And it's kind of like a canopy. I don't really believe that's used all the time. So again, still in the general area. Then if you come over here, there's a ravine down here with a cattail field, and I have caught them in cattail fields before. Reason being, they love to lay in the water. Also, it's where they get a lot of their snakes and stuff. But this area, so you can't even hardly see that teepee structure. But all around in the general area, as I come down to the ravine here to check out the cattail field, I have more. Look at this, get a better direction here. Several structures everywhere that they've done. These 2, this tree's been bent. It's pointing directly to the trail, or not the trail, but the ravine, as you can see right here. And then you have another log right there pointing at the cattail field. Both of these trees, and it's still alive. See, it's still got boughs on it, so it's not dead. But everything points, there's another one thrown into the cattail field right there. But everything points to this little ravine with the water. And where they cross, see? Ooh, and they go up. There's a nice, beautiful caves up here too, that are hidden. So I've just been working around the area. I'm finding lots and lots of your typical Sasquatch markings. Thing is, if people did that, you see what I'm saying? If they built the teepee, and not to say that it could have been another researcher noticed the other markings and decided to build that. But I think they're all tied in because it's a circle. So you have the centralized teepee in the middle, and then you just kind of work around, you see, and they mark kind of like in a huge circle. Now, if we go back towards the teepee up here, where is the structure? And see this, there's tons of play going on over here. So it appears like this is like a hangout area for, I don't know how big of a group, but they like to sit. Okay, here we are. There's the teepee. Okay, so then, you know, like I said, I just kind of work around in make a big circle just to see what's in the area. See, here's the structure. Then, on this side of the structure, and I showed a picture of this last week, this tree, check this out, has been thrown up here right adjacent to that structure. It looks like a big branch broke when you're looking at it wrong. Then you come over here, and you can see it was thrown up there, see? I didn't come off this tree. It came because there's the top, and that's the root, the bottom. So what, for whatever reason, this log, I guess they just get angry. Rah, boom, throw it up there like that. Haven't figured that out. Display of strength, see, there's the bottom. So he's thrown this one up here. That's number 3, so we have a circle. So we're going to start here with this log thrown like this. 1, you turn around. 2, 3, the markings up by the nest, which is 4. So see, I'm already made a half moon in an area of maybe 15, 20 yards. So I took a walk back up here behind it. I said, holy smokes. More great stuff. Okay. Oh, this is what I noticed. This could be juveniles playing, juvenile Sasquatch. You see, because what they're doing is they're just like playing. It's solid as a rock though. Look at that. That log. That log probably weighs 300 pounds, but if it grabbed this branch that's been weaved through here, this little design, whatever it is, looks like I can move this stick. But this, look at this right here where this twists. Solid as a rock. Big strength. And here we got some, whatever root or bark hanging off here, see? It's got 2 holes poked in it. As I had mentioned before, I've seen them. I saw a Sasquatch one time using a piece of bark like that. See? He pokes a hole in it, or woodpeckers have done that. They tear that off. And he makes a face-size mask and peeks at you through the hole, covers his face, just like that. It's a bark mask. And it took me a while to adjust and say, look at his face. Because I could see him moving, but you could see all the black hair. Thick black hair. I'm not going to get any better. I was getting vocalization up earlier. It sounded like a female trying to sound like a crow. She was cawing, and it just didn't. If it was a crow, it sounded very sickly. So, alright. Okay, so then again, another tree break right directly in front of me where I'm pointing. It's been thrown up there. See, the whole area that's been marked revolves around that one central teepee over here. So it's like a circle, see? They wind it around. And it's like the whole area, well, they're laid up here, is like a gathering spot. They were all gathered here, see? What is that? It's early in the morning, so I'm seeing a lot of stuff, shadows catching my eye. Anyway, so it's a big circle, see? So they were kind of laid up here at night doing whatever they do, maybe on a hunt. They were trooping that way because you can see the breaks point always along the game trail. We're going this way. Whoever they're telling that to, I don't know. Again then, so, you know, 1, 2, 3, which is the main structure. And then 4, and then along the water line. So I've just been hanging out here, just kind of seeing what, you know, what's going on today. It is Labor Day, so I may run across some hikers down by the river. It's usually where people congregate, you know, in state parks, national parks, anywhere they go on a Labor Day. They're going to congregate to the water because it's still summer and it's hot. So you can usually centralize where people go. Up here, whoa, I got a whoop. Whoop! Nahalio, Stema. Whoop! That was a deep, raspy whoa. And the phone may have picked up that I was talking. But up there is where I got that. So we're going to do a couple segments, but here we are for Labor Day. This is where we're going to stay. We're going to start off right here. So September 1st, and it's going to be Colorado Sasquatch Research. So like I said, I'm going to try and blend. I finally got me a good editor now with this new gear, video editor, so I can blend segments and not just have, you know, one overlong, boring subject. I just want to give a heads out or a shout out to Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. I've been watching their videos, their latest video in Sasquatch Canyon. Very cool. Our areas almost mirror each other. I mean, they're like twins in the type of area and terrain that we're working in. You know, where we're finding these structures is when you get away from the canyons, the same, back into the thick, dense, heavily densely forested scrub and pine forest like this. This is where we're finding this. And he's finding the exact same things. I mean, look, what are the odds? You got 2 trees. One of them, and this is something I gotta point out. I haven't found any prints though, yet. This tree, look at, this does not belong here. Look at that. See, this is, I don't believe, it could have. It's hard to say. I don't think it was. I mean, there's a ball right here. I think it was shoved into there. See that? Look at that. Turn around right there. So, you know, again, it's one big circle. Then, you know, if I was to cross this cattail field and get up along there, which is what I'm going to do. Cool. So that'll be it for segment 1. And I need to quit saying that too. I just need to start blending these things. But we're coming along. But again, yeah, Rocky Mountain Sasquatch, great video. I know you didn't have a lot of action, but I can see the sign all around you. And again, it's very similar to my terrain, so we're like, you know, we're both in the Rockies, so we're seeing a lot of the same type structure. There are beliefs out there, and some of my Native American friends, that all of these Sasquatch in Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, these could be all related over hundreds of years, kind of like, well, I won't say that, but there's been so much inbreeding and so forth that all of these tribes throughout the Rocky Mountain region are somehow connected into one larger entity, maybe. Through DNA, they're connected. But a lot of the same symbology we find, so pretty cool. And that'll do it for the segment.